Now it's officially Queen Noxolo Grootboom Day, and she's been trending at #1 for the most part of the day after the legendary newscaster announced that she's taking a final curtain call from broadcasting. Following the news of her retirement, social media was abuzz with fans celebrating the prolific anchor's 37 years of service. Only 2 people here know 37 years, while the others were heartbroken by the news.
The shade. It is evident that in her 37-year-long career, Mam Noxolo Grootboom has delivered breaking news and covered heartwarming stories without missing a beat. So tonight, we are going to take a trip down memory lane as we look at some of the iconic moments in her career.
I mean, we absolutely have to do that. We have to honor the greats. I mean, she's covered funerals of many prominent figures like President Nelson Mandela, Mama Winnie Madikizela Mandela, even delivered the eulogy of Akumzi Jezile, just to mention a few. I mean, this is what she had to say about that moment, covering former struggle heroes Chris Honey's funeral. You've got to take a look at this.
How then did you manage, or did you manage at all to go through the broadcast without even shedding a tear?
Yo, I cried. I cried, but thank God, when we were doing that broadcast, there were no cameras on us, you know, so I was able, you know, to let out my emotions without spoiling the broadcast. Crying, yes, I cried.
With the heartbreaking moments, you can't mention Mam Noxolo without mentioning her impeccable fashion sense and style. She's arguably the prototype for adding effortless style and grace to anchoring and to tables like this. Take a look. Listen, okay. She's giving me red.
That's the one. That's the one.
Actually, guys, I knew.
So this is where your look today more or less comes from, yeah?
Yeah, I think she inspired all of us at this table. She definitely inspired hairstyles. She inspired, I mean, blazer moments.
You know what's scary about this? I remember all these looks. Like, I saw them. I saw them happen on TV. Like, I remember all these looks.
I could have sworn like our mothers were like, here.
Yeah,
trying to look like this.
Definitely a hairstyle I've seen on my mom.
I've definitely seen my mom trying to look like that before.
My mom had this exact hairstyle in '94.
So for the last time, Mzansi, here is the iconic phrase which had us glued to our screens.
Nangangalala ngobusuku nombethe ngubo yemvisiswano uxolo nothando ndinithanda nonke emakhaya. Akhonto ichinjileyo ke ndinithanda nonke emakhaya. Nanganingalala ngobusuku nombethe ingubo yemvisiswano uxolo nothando ndinithanda nonke emakhaya.
Oh, she is such a moving person. I mean, I spoke to her on my radio show this morning, and the one thing that she's looking forward to as well, just with retirement, is spending time with her kids. She says she has missed, you know, matric dance balls, and she's looking forward to cooking for her family, opening the door for them when they walk in, to the smell of the aroma coming from the kitchen. That's all she wants to do. So 37 years being at the SABC and a lot of it being newscasting, I mean, surely she deserves a break, you know?
Amazing.
And I love the fact that she's actually going to be here next week, Wednesday.
Yes.
She's going to take over TSA. We're going to have a special episode with her right here.
I mean, even so famous she is that the president decided to move his address, which was supposed to be at 7, to 7:30, and this was her reaction to receiving the news.
Yes! Oh my God! The country deserves this. The country deserves this.
Yes. Oh, guys, it's the humility.
The special lady. She's the last of the trio to actually resign. Miss Linda Komfa, Sibongile Sokulu, and then, yeah, it's an end of an era.
I think you should learn from the humility, though, Maple, okay? From one royalty to another, in some rather surprising news, the Duke of Cambridge has added a new title to his rank. According to a new study using Google, Prince William has somehow been named the world's sexiest bald man. I don't know.
So according to the study, Prince William has been called sexy a whopping 17.6 million times, which is basically just 2 more million times than I have been. Placing him at the top of the hotshot list. Many were left baffled by this revelation. Frank Bilak Bank tweeted this. He said, "Are you kidding us? Not as long as these guys are still alive."
I mean.
And actually, these are, you know, these are some good-looking people. Caustic Left had a few more people to add to that list, saying that the Palace PR campaign is hard at work, I see. There's Terry Crews, The Rock, Common, Samuel L. Jackson,
Brian
Jermaine Moore,
Claby should be added to this list.
Who?
Brian Claby. He knows himself. He's my dad.
Oh, okay. I like him. So personally, I've got one question because, and I want to ask it like Oprah. Is he bald or is he balding?
I mean, here's the thing. There are a lot of us men who will cut our hair because we are balding, right? But there are also people like me at some point who are just bald because we just look so much better, actually. You'll see one day.
Oh, okay.
That's right. That's right. And that is the thing, right? But in his case, I think he's in a bit of trouble. I mean, a bit of trouble there.
I think you should just let go of the hair, though. A lot of those men on the list, I think, are probably bald, not by choice, but they make it work by removing the rest of the hair and rocking it.
I just think the palace is just trying to bury the Meghan Markle thing, and they're just throwing everything at us. Next thing, they'll tell us that Queen Elizabeth is the sexiest grandmother.
I mean, I don't think William is the sexiest person in his house. I don't. But I do think that, you know, when you look at these lists of sexiest man, sexiest woman, I think there's something to be said about the Eurocentric standards. I don't think Prince William in any capacity can be the sexiest something. But when you look at the list, like even Blake Shelton, a couple of people who've made the list, to me, it just says like the standard of beauty to people is very Eurocentric.
Yeah, and they should just choose me.
It doesn't make sense.
I mean, sometimes it's about the sampling thing, my Blair. So if I go to my Blair's house and ask everyone in your house, who's the sexiest man in the country? Surely they're going to say you.
No, that's not a surely thing. It's actually me. Like, I'm not one of those charity cases. I'm actually the belle of my family. Move on.